So good evening, ma'am. My topic for today is all about Module 8, Budgeting and Cost Control. Cost is usually one of the first questions that come up in any project. Making a project budget is an important part of any project management. Various things are to take into consideration while calculating budget for the project, like employee costs, software expense, necessary equipment, purchase, and etc. Project budgets reflect project work and the timing of that work. A comprehensive budget provides management with an understanding of how the budget will be utilized and expended over time for projects. So when it comes to budgeting, unang tumatatak sa isip natin is all about bayarin, right? Or yung nag-i-involve ng money or expressing their money. So when it comes to budget, ito yung mga financial plan na nagde-define or also nagde-determine in a period of time, usually in a year. So, it is also include plan. Siyempre, kailangan natin ng plano para mapagplanuhan natin ng mga revenues, including resource, quantities, cost na kailangan nating na-expense na siyempre kailangan nating kaharapin in every period of time. And also, the purpose of budget or budgeting is para mapadali and also to include faster, mapadali at mapabilis ang target. My example in budgeting is sarili ko na lang on how to conflict with the budget. So, binibigyan ako ni mama ko 1 week ng baon ko. 1 week binibigyan niya sa akin. Then, ako na yung magbabudget. Sa 1 week na yon, nagbabaon ako. Siyempre, yung target ko doon is para matipid ko yung sarili ko. And sa pagbabudget na yun, syempre kailangan natin yun para sa sarili natin. Hindi lang para pag-budget, kundi para sa mga needs natin or kailangan natin gawin. So, ginagawa ko, nagbabaon ako. Then, at least natitipid ko yung sarili ko sa paraan na tipid talaga. And yung pagtitipid na yun is, for example, may pupuntahan ako, gala, ganyan. Hindi na ako hihingi sa family ko ng pera or expenses na kakailanganin ko through budgeting. So, ang ginagamit ko na pera is yung baon ko, yung natitirang baon ko, yun na lang yung ginagamit ko. Next is cost control. What is cost control all about? Ito yung mga practices of identifying and reducing businesses' expenses to increase profits. And, syempre, dito na din nag-start yung budgeting processes na sinasabi natin. So, the main purpose of the cost control is to increase profits. So, ito yung pagpapalago natin ng isang company or run a business. And gagamitin natin to, use funds to improve all the aspects of operation, including our business. And the example for cost control is, a company can obtain bids, palitan, from different vendors that provide the same product or services na maaaring magpababa ng mga gastusin. So, that is because it is important na mapanatili at mapalago natin ang profitability ng isang company. Nowadays kasi, iniisip na lang ng mga tao is yung mataas na expenses ng mga bilihin. So, dun na lang sila nagbe-base. And, wala na silang batayan kung hindi yung mataas na gastusin, kanyan. So, kailangan natin ng profitability para sa mga expenses natin. And that would be all my report is. Hope you like it. Thank you!
What is project budgeting? The budget for a project is the sum of costs of individual activities that the project must accomplish. Budgeting is important in the development of any major business project. Without a well-planned budget, projects can scatter and be left incomplete. Budgeting is not an easy process. It provides a number of different advantages that a project manager should consider. So, budgeting is important because it helps you control your spending, track your expenses, and save more money. Additionally, budgeting can help you make better financial decisions and stay focused on your long-term financial goals. Budgeting is the process of creating a plan to spend your money. This spending plan called a budget. Creating this spending plan allows you to determine in advance whether you will have enough money to do things you need to do or would like to do. The advantages of budgeting in a business are establishing guidelines, cost estimating, and prioritizing. So the first one is establishing guidelines. Project budget allows you to establish the main objectives of project. Without proper budgeting, a project may not be completed on time. It allows the project manager to know how much he can spend on any given aspect of the project. So the establishing budget is the snapshot of a cost you get before you can start operating your company. The second one is cost estimating. Once a budget is in place, the project manager can determine how much money can be spent on each component of the project. Hence, it also determines what percentage of the available funds can be allocated to the remaining elements of the project. It gives the chance to decide whether or not the project can be completed in the available budget. So the cost estimating is the process of forecasting the financial and other resources and need to complete a project within a defined scope. Cost estimation accounts for each element required for the project from materials to labor and calculates a total amount that determines a project's budget. And lastly, the prioritizing. Another advantages of having a project budget is that it helps you to prioritize the different tasks of the project. Sometimes it might seem to be completed at once, but it doesn't happen due to some inefficiency. A budget will allow you to prioritize which part of the project can be completed first. So, prioritizing is the process by which potential developments items are ranked in order of importance. And this is the decision making that what will you need to do first or it can be completed first.
How to create a right budget of your project. So I will discuss or explain the right budget of your project. So we have three here. So first is the activity cost estimates. So sabi dito, it is the project of accessing the possible costs to different activities involved in a particular project management strategy. So, the word estimate. So, ito po yung pagtatansya. Like sa isang kumpanya, may iba't iba silang product or project na kailangang i-budget or tansyahin. Second is the basis of estimates. So, it is an important tool in the project management. So, ito daw yung importanteng tools. So, ito yung nag-organize ng set of data and narrative information na nagpapaliwanag sa calculation and assumption. At para magamit ito, kailangan nating i-define. Kailangan daw nating i-define yung ginagawa para makita yung resources na kailangan sa isang product or project. Third is the scope baseline. Scope baseline is composed of your project statement. Yun daw yung sabi niya. And then, a baseline is a fix of point para sa reference na ginagamit para sa isang kumpansyon. At ito yung purpose ng business. So, para mapalago yung yung business natin, kailangan natin ma-measured. Ma-measured natin yung baseline. Baseline number ng cost, ng sale, or kahit anong any numbers ng variable.
The three components of a scope. We have the scope statement, the work breakdown structure, and the WBS dictionary. The scope statement describes the project and concisely defines its scope. Work breakdown structure. A work breakdown structure in project management and systems engineering and deliverable-oriented breakdown of a project into smaller components. A work breakdown structure is a key project deliverable that organizes the team's works into manageable sections. What is a WBS dictionary? Is where the details of the tasks, activities, and deliverables of the work breakdown structure are located. The content includes whatever milestones are related to project scope and instances, dates, resources, cost, and quantity. Last of the three components we have is scope statement. Is a document that defines all the elements of the project scope as well as assumptions, project requirements, and acceptance criteria. Your project scope statement will act as a primary tool for stakeholders and teammates to refer back and to use a guideline to accurately measure project success. What is the importance of the three components scopes? The scopes refers to the combined objectives and requirements needed to complete a project. The term is often used in project management as well as in consulting. Properly defining the scope of a project allows managers to estimate costs and the time required to finish the project. In my report, we have the three components of a scope baseline include the work breakdown and structure, or in short WBS, next, and the WBS dictionary, and last, the scope statement.
Project schedule. Project scheduling is a process to communicate what tasks need to be done and which resources will be allocated. A project schedule is a document collecting all the important work needed to deliver the project on time. Ang pangunahing layunin ng schedule ng proyekto ay gabayan ang koponan hanggang sa dulo. Ang schedule ay panukat para sa pagtatasan ng pagganap ng proyekto, pagsusuri sa pag-unlad, at pagkuha sa pagsasara ng proyekto sa lalong madaling panahon. Ang schedule ng proyekto ay isang timetable na nag-aayos ng mga gawain, mapagkukunan at mga takdang petsa sa isang perpektong pagkasunod-sunod upang ang isang proyekto ay makumpleto sa oras. Ang schedule ng proyekto ay nilikha sa yugto ng pagplaplano at kasama ang mga sumusunod. Isang timeline na proyekto na may mga petsa na pagsisimula, mga petsa ng pagtatapos at mga milestone.
Hi, I'm Vince Carlton Sarmento, and today we're gonna tackle about resource calendar. So what is resource calendar? Resource calendars will let you know which and when resources are assigned to the project, using each rate for each resource and combining them with the project schedule. You can determine resource cost over time. It refers to the specific calendar that lists all the working days as well as all the holidays that the project management team and the project manager need to utilize, so that they can be able to determine which specific resource is being used and on which dates they may be inactive. So this is example of resource calendar. So what is included in a resource calendar? A resource calendar shows each team member's schedule, including planned time off during the project life cycle, tasks, activities, and other resource dependencies are also scheduled. So that's it for resource calendar and module 8. Thank you. Have a good day.